Okay, this is Fred Burrows with Plumbers, video number 2 on this job. The first video I had to clean this out and see what was going on. Now, I got a tad of good news for you. The rest is all bad news, okay? You do have a copper pinhole leak. The good news is I didn't use my detection equipment to locate it. So we're going to stick to our emergency minimum for the locating part of it, $225 instead of $300, just so you know. That also goes towards your deductible. It's important for you to understand that, okay? Number 2, come here, I'm going to show you your leak. I'd shut the water off. When I turned the water back on, I realized that leak was close, okay? Because as soon as I turned the water off and cleaned it up, when I turned the water back on, it came up right away. That's what told me I didn't have to charge you to do an actual detection with my equipment. You see right here, this third pipe?
Yeah.
This third pipe right here, hear how I'm making it, changing the noise? Right down here under the slab, somewhere down there in the Armaflex, there's a leak, okay? So we've got options. Number 1, I show you where to shut the water off at. That's not a great option because you're going to have all your water off. That's the cheapest option, right? Number 2, the other option is I charge you $550 and I take a demo hammer out and I break a hole right here and I try to clamp it off to stop it. Okay? This is leading back under the tile floor in that way, so it may or may not be hard to get to. It's one of the points I'd bring up with insurance if I do it the third way, the smarter way. The smart way is to hope one of these 3 lines right here, one, your main cold is coming from the other side of the house where the well pump is. So one of these lines, which we would hope that it's this one bringing it up, it's kind of bent that back that way. We don't know for sure which line's feeding what. One of the other ways for me to do this would be to cut this pipe right here and try to put a cap on it. What that would do is stop water to something. We know it's not going to stop it to this, okay? We know it's going to stop it likely to that toilet and lab sink. Cold water won't go to neither one of them spots anymore. Or it's going to stop it to that hose bib on the outside. Your best luck would be the hose bib on the outside because everything else would still work except the hose bib. I don't know that that's going to happen. It's a roll of the dice, okay? The only way for me to restore water everywhere is to do the demo hammer. It's a lot cheaper for me to half the price for me to cut and cap a line, okay? So, actually way less than that, you know. A cut and cap is way less than the $550 demo hammer, all right? So, you'll have a 1 fitting repair or $175 on top of your $225. Just to give you an idea, okay?
And can you do that today?
Yes, I can do either one of these 2 today, okay?
Well, don't do the 500 and whatever.
Okay, you're okay losing water somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you can work on how to get the water back there. Repiping. What I recommend is you repipe the whole house. That's what I recommend. I'm not telling you you can do it or what your circumstances are. It's what I recommend because I know these pipes are bad.
Yeah.
So the only way that this won't work is if I cut this pipe and the water's feeding up this way, then that wouldn't work because I'll put a cap on it and we'll still have a leak. All right? So I'll know that when I cut it. I'm just letting you know that ahead of time, all right? But we'll cut it, and likely that's feeding from back this way. From where I feel that pipe going, just from feeling where it's heading, and you don't know because this is soft-rolled copper. They turn and twist them, so I never know for sure, but I'm hoping this is one of these 2 and not the feed in. Because if you cap the feed in and the leak's in the line feeding this, then that leak's still going to be there if we put a cap on it, right? Okay? I'll know that when I cut the pipe. But my goal is to somehow cap this line for you then, if that's your choice, okay?
Well, then I just won't be able to use this shower, right?
Well, the shower is probably usable, although I'm going to be honest with you, I think that tile's also leaking because of the stain on the wall.
Yeah.
But this is you hear that air blowing, air's thinner than water, so it's so loud. That air's blowing out because it's coming through a pinhole. That's what you got. You got a pinhole because your pipes are thin. That's important for you to understand that, okay? So we'll cap this off and see if we can stop the leak, all right? You won't be able to use the cold water so that you won't be able to use this toilet and you won't have any cold water to that lavatory sink. Or the hose bib, okay? I didn't see any other hose bib, so I think it's going to be one of the 2. No cold water in here or no cold water to the hose bib. We're hoping the hose bib. Okay? It's the least of your problems. All right? So I don't think you'll use it a lot on the on the pool out there. You know, that looks like a tad of a swamp, you know. But okay, I'm going to end this report, and I understand what you want me to do next, which is to try to cap this line, not break the hole, spend less money, but lose water somewhere, right? Okay.